Welcome to the Dogon podcast, everybody. We're going to just kind of talk about what's going on in the world, and we got the 2024 Olympic Games going on right now, I haven't really looked too much into it. I have seen some conspiracy theories coming out though already about it.
Interesting.
Which is weird, like the opening ceremony modeling like the Last Supper. I don't know if you saw that, but it's just like...
I don't know anything about the Olympics.
Yeah, neither do I. That's why I just Googled it right before we pulled it up. But I'm curious to see kind of how this plays out and what people are saying on a international level about some of this stuff. Like, does anyone know why they had like that super long runway where like somebody in like all silver hooded cloak carried the Olympic flag like across it? I mean, it was just like some of the ceremonial aspects of the Olympics is interesting and weird to me. It always has been.
Yeah.
Like, and then I saw Snoop Dogg like holding like this giant joint flame, and he was wearing like Olympic gear, and I was like, "There's no way that's the torch." Like, what the?
Could be.
I know. I want to look into it and see if it really was like, him doing that. But
yeah, I don't know.
There was another weird thing I saw. There was a golden like cow head on the wall. Right,
strange.
Right by the Olympic symbol. It wasn't even like positioned in a way where it's like, the Olympic circles are there, and then it's like off to the side to where it's like a good gap and like in the middle of that. You know what I mean? How like people space things for aesthetic view. It was like the circles end right here, and then it was like right over top of the end of it, where it was like, I think you guys put that in the wrong spot. It just didn't look right. But it's just, there is a lot going on in our world right now. We're still, all the stuff that we're finding out about the Trump assassination and what happened there is just so weird.
Yeah, it's a constant unfolding story.
Yeah,
a lot of people were angry at us for what we said, but we said it like literally as it happened. We didn't really know a whole lot. A lot of people didn't know a whole lot.
Yeah, and now nobody knows anything at all because it's like so crazy how much, like now, like you can see the Secret Service guy on the roof, which I'm shocked TikTok let this one video out, but there's a video of where the shooter got shot.
Oh, there's a lot of things that shouldn't be on TikTok that are.
And he's on the roof, and you can see like his blood trail going all the way down the roof, like 30 feet from his body, like just draining out on, like it was just
right.
And that's all over. That's like, it's like, that's crazy. Like
a lot of people are saying he was hired, which is possible. I don't know by who, but
yeah, the fact that you got a 20-year-old who's not, super experienced with guns. He did this with an iron sight. Think about that. No scope, iron sight.
I could still hit that shot from there.
Right? I know. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like, you'd be able to hit that. But now there's like audio forensics that are confirming multiple shots, and one that was like approximately 60 feet further away than his shot. And so it's like, where was that? 60 feet from where he was like the window of that building. And it was just like, there's so much, he was flying. Okay, so this guy was flying a drone. He had a rangefinder. He rides up on this bike with a rifle. Like you can see the rifle on in its case as he's on his bike. Like the whole thing just doesn't make sense. The local police had new drones that they got for that day, like new police drones.
Right.
They weren't allowed to use them.
Interesting.
There's just so many weird little things that I just don't get.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't understand that. So if you guys have, any type of information or, really anything, the way you're feeling, we want to hear about it in the comments. We just want to see what everybody is talking about and what people think. Like, am I the only one who saw that body cam footage where they're saying that there was another guy down? And when they say down, I don't think they mean like below them. I mean down like they shot him.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. He said there's another guy down inside the building, and then there was 2 guys in custody. And it's just like, am I the only one who saw that body cam footage, or is there other people that are seeing that?
I never saw it. I don't know.
Yeah. I wish we could get more of the details. I wish we could get like exacts. Watching that hearing with the old director Cheadle, I think she resigned now, the Secret Service lady, seeing that, like, I wish that's how I could be when I went to court. I wish I could just be like, I don't know. I don't have that information yet. I haven't figured that out. Like, that's literally all she said.
Yeah.
It's just, that was weird. Yeah, it's crazy to say it. I'm not a big fan of AOC, but man, you could tell she was scared. You could tell she was like, all of us are at risk, and you can't answer these. I mean, the way that she drilled into her too, that was pretty impressive. Even she was one of the few who brought up the AR-15 and didn't go right to like gun control. She was just like, how far can AR-15 shoot? How far away is the building? How come we didn't have a perimeter that was at least the shooting range of one of the most popular guns used in shootings? And it was just like, damn, AOC, that's pretty clear. Like,
Yeah.
like if a most common rifle out there for these types of shootings shoots this far, that should be like the minimum of range that you put a security perimeter. And I was like, okay.
Right.
You said it right there. You said it right. But a lot of people, too, went right to gun control.
Yeah, which is stupid.
It's just weird. Like, do criminals or people who want to do mass shootings, do you think that they're going to be like, oh, well, that gun's illegal?
It's against the law now, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, like, no, that's not going to work. And if all the law-abiding citizens...
Just like the war on drugs is never going to work.
Never. That is that's just a farce because of I mean, come on. When we have many years ago, you can look this up, we had a CIA interrogation plane crash. We actually shot it down. Okay. And it was supposed to be doing an interrogation of somebody in air. Like, I didn't know they had this, but they like fly you up in a plane and they interrogate you in this interrogation, place on a plane. And it was like for terrorists and stuff like that. So apparently it was cleared for landing because of that. And then there was like no communication and this plane crashed or was shot down, something, and full of cocaine. Like United States, whether it was, I don't know if it was a 3-letter branch of the government or part of the military. I believe it was some type of military sanctioned aircraft, like it was being used by the CIA for an interrogation plane. But why was it full of cocaine and not, somebody being interrogated? And it's like, there's some thought that we've used U.S. resources to smuggle in drugs and to work with the cartel in some cases in order to get intelligence, in order to get information. And it's like, now we're seeing, it's just weird. It's like, I don't know what to trust in our government anymore at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
Because the war on drugs makes them a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
It allocates a lot of funds to the, to different branches of our government that enforce, like DEA, and they get their funding and money based off of the statistical analysis of the United States and what the drug problem is.
Yeah.
If they were like, oh, there's no drugs, they're gonna have like no agents.
Right.
They don't need them. But if they're like, there's drugs everywhere, coming in everywhere, the sharks are testing positive for cocaine, which they are. If you guys, I just saw an article, this shark, they're pulling sharks off the out of the Gulf, and they're testing positive for cocaine. It's like,
pretty funny.
Jeez, oh Pete, imagine a coked out shark.
Right.
Jeez. But yeah, so I mean, I don't even know what to believe anymore. I'm just trying to stay focused on what we're doing in our business, but you guys just seem to want this information. So help us out in the comments. Let us know what interesting aspects you saw in the Olympics. Let us know what interesting aspects you've learned about the Trump assassination attempt, right, or even about, Joe Biden stepping down. Have you seen the thing about Joe Biden's height?
No.
Okay, so he comes out of the hospital and he gives a speech on about why he dropped out. And it's interesting because all of a sudden Joe Biden is about 7 inches taller, 3 inches taller at his waistline, and his legs are literally longer. You can look at him with pictures with Jill Biden before he went to the hospital and was airlifted there or whatever, and then after. And I was like, whatever, I'm not paying attention to this. And then I see this guy, this body frame analyst doing a breakdown, and he's like 100% not the same person. And I was like, what? Like, I know presidents have body doubles. Everybody knows that. And if you don't, now you do. That there's a lot of times that doubles are used if there's a high threat. They will have one of them moved, the double, in order to, on the pathway that's along with their schedule and with the itinerary of the Social Security and certain aspects that have to be disclosed to the U.S. Because a lot of this stuff is secret, but a lot of it through certain channels we have to be notified about it, funding and stuff like that. And so people can know where Air Force One is going. It's usually delayed. It's usually a little bit after, but it's just interesting to see such a shocking difference in height. It's not minimal. It's not small or minute. It's weird.
It is strange.
Like, just check it out. Just look at some dates and times of videos where you stand next to Jill, and people are like, "Oh yeah, the weight of the country's off his shoulders. That's why he looks taller." Like, and I'm like, well, I understand standing taller, but this is like, you know, a 3-inch difference at the waistline, meaning his legs are at least 3 inches, you know, taller than what they are, and his torso is 4 to 3 inches bigger than what it was as well. So it's like, and now he could be wearing his pants at a different level. Maybe he's like, as you know, the older you get, the higher up they go. Maybe he's pulling those babies up higher and just tightening that belt. I don't know, but that was one of the weird ones that I was like pushing off. And I'm like, I'm not even looking at that. I'm not even going to read about that. And then it's like, I see this guy doing a breakdown, and I was like, geez, just like the multiple shooters. I wasn't going to look into that because I was like, this happens every time. You know, there's one shooter, and then there's multiple, and then there's only one. And it's like, so I wasn't even going to look at that. But then when I saw that body cam footage of them being like, we got one down in the building, 2 more in custody. And then I see this guy doing an audio forensic analysis. He used to do it for the military. And he has these sounds. He actually used Audacity. It's the same program I use for a lot of stuff. And he put the background sound from different cell phones into this computer, and you're able to see where the boom and crack is of the shot. The boom of when it's, or the crack and boom, you know, where it's like the bullet goes off, it hits like a supersonic level that makes that pop or that boom, and then, you know, you can hear the delay going further. So you can actually map, and I didn't realize this, but audio forensics, you can actually map where a bullet was coming from, and you can estimate based on the time it takes where that bullet was shot from. And I thought that was, I thought that was nuts. But the more I look into it, the more I'm like head spinning. So, I think it'd be cool if we had got a bunch of comments, you know, on this particular video of you guys telling us different stuff you want us to look into, and then we can look into that stuff and maybe we can all talk about it.
Right.
I think that'd be fun. But we just wanted to do another short one and just kind of talk about some basic things that are going on in the world. The biggest thing that's going on in our world is we are 4 days away from the Dogon Go Packs getting here. So I'm excited, and you guys will be getting your pre-orders sent out. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, remember, 20% off site-wide. Go to dogonpacks.com right away and make sure that you get your Dogon Go Pack.
Right.
Get it before it's gone, or get it before the discount is gone.
Yeah, we're about to cut it.
Because we got quite a few thousand of them. I don't think they're going anywhere. We'll order before we run out again, of course. But that's one of the biggest things that we're focused on, is keeping that product in stock.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I don't know. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.